Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the audio technical difficulties. Of course, happens, we're all humans. And got that fixed finally. Really what I wanted to have is a reaction over the past game we just saw, the post-game reaction. My post-game reaction is basically, well, we tied against Eibar. What I was really wanting to kind of mention to you everybody here is that we shouldn't have tied against Eibar. We should have been able to win this game, and we should have been able to have confidence in going into the Copa del Rey against Valencia. Eibar was not supposed to be a team that we could have tied. That wasn't supposed to be the result. Eibar is not even in the top half, I believe, is not even in the top half of the table. And it is a team that played very well and gave us problems. If that team can give us problems, what is Valencia going to do? It's going to give us problems. And that's exactly why I wanted to kind of get this video out and kind of just show us where the concerns are. Because Valencia is no Eibar. Valencia has already been able to prove that it can go up against us. And we had problems with them. And we're going to have problems again if we don't get this game into our hands. We don't start thinking. Our coaches don't start strategizing. One thing that I notice a lot is that Ernesto Valverde has calmed down a lot. And he has basically gone out and say it is what it is. With the Liverpool match, with the other games that have been lost, it just seems to kind of get under his skin. The losses don't get him. If the losses don't get him, well, what do you think is going to happen to the players as well? Their reaction to losing a game, well, it's just a game. Well, it's just a game. That's not how we react. That shouldn't be the way we should be acting. And under a coach like that, it shouldn't even be named. Shouldn't be having a thought. Having one thought like this to be able to come and bring this to the club. This kind of complacency is such a virus now. It's becoming to be a virus. And like I mentioned before the sound audio problems I had, like I mentioned before, if we can't beat Eibar in this season, we're going to have a hard time beating Eibar and others in the next season with Valverde as the head coach. Because Valverde is a guy who is not going to change the strategy right away. He's kind of persistent in just playing the way he wants to play until they lose. And then they say, well, what happened? Well, it is what it is. It was a game. You can't blame the players now. Because you could have had an opportunity to change the way you played. Valverde is... And I'm not going to just talk about Valverde. I mean, I want to talk about other things as well. But it just seems like Valverde wants to just be doing things certain ways that are not working for us. It doesn't work the way we do things. The way the players have been taught. The way the players have been playing in the past don't seem to be in accordance with the way he does things. So Valverde is a problem, and it's always, and I will always mention this, he is a problem. And the bad part about it is that Jose Maria Bartomeu is not going to sack him. As a matter of fact, he came out and he said that I really like the coach in so many words, paraphrasing him. That I really like that I like the coach and he's going to continue coaching next season. That right there puts an end to any kind of rumor that he's gone. It does. And I hate to say it that way. But the way that he has been coaching the team does not show us any sign that we will have a successful La Liga, that we might not have a successful Copa del Rey next season, and we might not even be able to get past the quarterfinals. if we ever do get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Because everything now is all about Champions League victory. If we can't win Champions League, we need a coach that can take us to Champions League victory. We need a coach that can give us the Copa del Rey without any sweat. And win the Liga without any sweat. We need a coach, a manager, that can mold and shape the next generation of players into the club of the FC Barcelona. And that's what it's going to stand. That's what it's going to be about. Can somebody do that? And I believe there is somebody who can. And I went and I did a video about coaches who could do that. But this coach has the persistency, the stubbornness of just doing things this way without blaming himself. Without saying, you know what, I did take fault in this tie against Eibar. I should have done something different. And do it next time. But he is not saying anything. And this is what really, really makes me upset, because we have a coach that doesn't really want to form a team to take us to the next level. In this kind of performance, Pep Guardiola would have been outraged. In this kind of performance, Luis Enrique would have been outraged. In this performance, we would not be talking about sacking. We would already be talking about getting someone else, getting something else, putting somebody else in there, because we would already be sacking the man already. Now we've got to get somebody who wants to play this team, who wants to be coaching this team, who wants to manage this team, who wants us to take us to the next level. That's what we'll be talking right now. Not, well, when are you going to sack him? When are you going to sack him, Bartomeu? That's the whole question now. If you're not going to sack him now, when are you going to sack him? To the point where we can't win anything no more? Where it's a complete disaster? Where we have to start all over again? And get rid of players? To the point where Messi doesn't even want to play in this club anymore? Is that what we're ending? Is that what is going to happen? This is just thoughts about what may happen later in the future. Messi might not want to be with us anymore, guys. Because of the politics that is going on here. And my goodness, I'm upset because of the fact that we can't win against a team like Eibar. Our philosophy has polluted the minds. The philosophy of this man has polluted the minds of the players. We didn't have this kind of problem before. And now we have a problem that needs to be fixed within before it starts spreading out even more like wildfire. We would not be sitting here. We would not be standing. We would not be here thinking what's going on. Why have we not been able to change something about it in this club? Why are we taking so long to do something? Why is it Bartomeu not wanting to sack the man, cut ties with the man, and get somebody who is going to do a better job? And that's what it's all about. And this performance, I hate having to go back to performances like this. I want to talk about performances that shine, that not only Messi shines, which he did, but that others that are young, that are coming out of the Barcelona B team and coming in and shining. I want to talk about that. I want to be able to talk about those kind of players. But we're not. Because they're not going to shine under this coach. They're not going to step up and do their best. They're not going to be motivated. They're not going to be corrected and learn the right way of how to play our style of football. The tiki-taka style. Because we haven't been able to do that. Because Valverde doesn't really push it. It just seems like Messi is the only one who is playing day in and day out very well. And I am not liking this. We rely on him on everything. We put everything on his shoulder. And then when it comes time to do better on those championship matches, Those Copa, those last minute finals, we're torn apart because we expect Messi to do everything. We can't rely on our coach because the coach is not giving them the strategy, the plan of attack, and the plan of defense. Our defense is miserable. It's outrageously terrible. How can we go on and win a Copa with this kind of defense? Valencia is going to devour us like this. This kind of mentality has to go. And I hate to say things like this about our club, but these things need to be said. We used to be able to beat Eibar 5-0, 6-7-0. Now, we're okay with just a tie? It just doesn't make any sense. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the feedback on the other video. Thanks for reminding me I really didn't see that sound that went off. I had the mic muted all this time, and that was a disaster too. So it kind of reminds me of Valverde and what he's done and what he's doing. I don't want to be. I don't want to be like that. No, not like that. I want us to be professionals. I want us to be Messi-like. Okay, I guess that's the best example I can give you. But anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you do better in that Copa. All right, peace, everybody. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya.